Now for a little backstory so that this next example will make sense. My mom has always had an awful self image, like I have said before. She has asked me my entire life, am I fat? I watched her my whole life struggle with self image. I saw her do more diets than I can count. I would always validate her and tell her she isn't fat, but it was so annoying. Frustrating beyond belief because she has gotten so skinny at times that it would scare us. So basically, my mom has always had issues with self image and with food in general. I never really have myself, luckily. I have always just had a good relationship with food. I am very lucky. My weight has fluctuated throughout the years, but I am so proud of where I am now. I have had 3 children, and my last is about going on a year and a half. So I have worked very hard to get to the weight that I am. I was very skinny growing up. So when I started to gain weight, it was very noticeable. After my dad left, I started drinking heavily on the weekends, and so the pounds got on me quickly. My dad, one time took my brother and I out to dinner, which rarely happened, so he hadn't seen us in a while. I had gained a lot of weight from drinking so much, and my dad had something to say about it. He said, "What happened?" My brother came to my defense in that moment. He was so sweet to stand up for me that day. I will never forget that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I remember being proud to be his sister in that moment. My father had the audacity to ask me what happened to my figure when he was what happened. No accountability whatsoever. He has gone in and out of my life so much that I finally had to say no more. He texted me a couple years ago that he needs his family. Funny. His family has needed him since day one. My grandmother has also done a number to my self-image journey. Around this same time, right before I started to gain weight, when I was like 14, my grandmother whispers to me one day at the beach not to let my figure to get like my friends. I'm not going to say her name. She just whispered, "Don't let your figure get like that." I remember my mouth dropping. I had never seen this nasty side of my grandmother till then, and my friend had a beautiful figure. My weight went way above hers. So after that, I knew how my grandmother felt about my body based upon that one moment. She has made more little comments about throughout my life, and none of this ever was good for me or for my self-image journey. It was things I've had to unravel from. So back to when we were all together recently, and my mom has the audacity to say in front of everyone, "Are you eating?" I could not believe she had said that. It infuriated me to say something so awful to your own daughter in front of the entire family. I was stunned. When she had said this to me, I literally had a cookie in my mouth. I looked at her straight in the eyes and pointed at the cookie and said, "Obviously I am." That was so disgusting to try and project her own issues with food onto me in such a nasty, public way. I have never had issues like that. This is classic narcissism, deflecting their own shit onto others. My mom is a master deflector. This is what I am walking away from. This abuse that is tied with a bow, that looks like a compliment when it clearly is meant to be a dig. I have had things like this happen to me more times than I can count or recollect. It is one thing when a girlfriend does things like this. Girls can be ruthless, and this kind of stuff happens through school, but it hits very different when it comes from your own mother or grandmother. My advice, though, is to always just respond with kindness. Even act like you didn't see the backhanded compliment. This kills them. They want you to react. They want to feed off that negative energy however they can. That's why you have to be so careful with who you let into your world. These people will sneak in and start sucking at your energy if you are not careful. If you dread their phone calls, dread their texts, if every time you are around them you feel drained afterwards, then it may be time to either set a boundary or just leave. Stay tuned for more. Love you.